Reverbs these days can be squeaky clean, and because of that they need a little bit of help to sit better in a mix. One of the best ways to have reverb blend more properly is to use saturation instead of EQ after a reverb. It's a more uncommon but very effective method. You want a bit of dirt, grit and distortion to dirty up the reverb and add harmonics, which helps a lot in getting a reverb to blend better. In this video I will show you two examples of how it sounds and works and why the Denise Audio God Mode saturation plugin is an excellent tool to do that. Hi, I'm Marlon. Full disclaimer, Denise Audio is the sponsor of this video, and since this technique was something on my to-do list, this is a perfect match. The reverbs used in this video are all set up as sand effect, because I want saturation only applied to the reverb and not the dry tracks. The God Mode plugin is an excellent tool to shape your reverb because of its unique push-pull technique, which pushes the frequency you set and pulls that same frequency later to smoothen out the frequency response. Also, the three drive types can be mixed however you want, and that makes this a very flexible plugin. I'll use the Denise Audio Perfect Plate and Perfect Room, and although these plugins have great options to make these reverbs blend very well, I'll use them in standard settings without any tweaking. Let's start with this snare. I have the same reverb, the Denise Audio Perfect Plate XL, duplicated to show the difference by applying EQ or saturation. The EQ and saturation are after the reverb. EQ first, and let me do a sweep with boost and cut. It's pretty obvious, I have an EQ on the reverb, whatever setting I use. Now let me sweep and play around with the God Mode saturation. You'll notice pretty quickly the reverb will sit better in the mix regardless of what setting I use. And when I turn the reverb down, you might think you won't hear it until I turn it off. The snare is immediately flat and two-dimensional. And back on again. Now listen to these guitars. And now again. You can hear they sound wider and thicker now. I use the opposite guitar reverb trick with the God Mode distortion. Let me explain how this works. If you have a guitar which is panned to one side, adding a reverb which is panned to the other side helps to add stereo width and thickness. Using the God Mode to dampen the reverb tail will make this opposite reverb a lot more natural. And if you have two opposite panned guitars, use two opposite panned reverbs. This saturation will help a lot to dampen the reverb tails, and this keeps the guitar which is panned to that side also clear and upfront. This is without the God mode, and you can hear it affects the clarity of the direct guitars. And this is with the saturation enabled. As you could hear, the Denise Audio God Mode plugin helps a lot to blend in reverbs in a mix. You can find the link to the plugin in the description below. Denise Audio makes more cool plugins. Check out the video displayed on screen for an unusual way to use the Perfect Plate XL. Don't forget to subscribe, and I will see you in the next one.